Yo. Welcome into the ChrisBeCappinn Show, man. Another edition, another episode. Today is the 2nd of September. Yesterday's show, just quick recap. I didn't make any official bets yesterday, but 2-2 on the short list. Connecticut plus the points was a winner until it was a loser. The Atlanta Dream finished the game, I think, on like a 15-0 run, covered the spread just on the last 5-6 minutes of the game. The under also failed because of that reason as well. Connecticut was playing some pretty good defense against Atlanta, and then, like I said, Ryan Howard just kind of happened in the second half. The Sparks did get the job done. Not only did they cover the number, but they won the game outright. You never can trust Seattle. And Courtney Williams did go over her assist prop. So 2-2. If you guys made any of the plays that we talked about yesterday, let's jump into it for today. So Jackson, your AI Sports Betting Tool, went 1-1 yesterday. Tina Charles over her 20.5 points plus rebounds. She got there pretty easily. And then Neko Ogwumike over her 25.5 points plus rebounds. She actually fell short. She started the game off really, really well. She was hitting threes and she was killing. And then she just didn't get any boards last night. Finished with 3 boards, even though she had 21 points. So she did stay under the 25.5. Let's see what Jackson can do for today. Let's jump into it. So first look up, Jackson likes, it's no surprise, Alyssa Thomas over her 23.5 points plus rebounds. It says that she's been on an absolute tear, consistently hitting the over on her points plus rebounds. She's cleared the line in an impressive 80% of her last 5 games, 70% of her last 10 games, averaging 25 points plus rebounds over her last 5, 25.4. Over her last 10, her season average is 24.7. What truly makes the prop compelling is her dominant performance against Indiana Fever. This season, she's hit the over 100% of her matchups against the Fever, averaging a remarkable 38 points plus rebounds. Even looking back at last season, she's averaged 27.25 points plus rebounds against them. While the Indiana Fever's defense ranked 6th against the position, her direct historical performance against them is a powerful indicator. So that's Alyssa Thomas. Janelle Salon is the second one. Over 14.5 points plus rebounds is the prop for Janelle Salon. It says she's demonstrated strong recent form, hitting the over on her points prop in 80% of her last 5 games, 80% of her last 10 games. Her average over the last 5 games is 18.8. And over her last 10, 17.6, both comfortably above the 14.5 line. Her season over hit rate is 55%. Her performance against the Liberty has been particularly noteworthy as well. So this season, she's hit the over 100% of her 2 matchups against the Liberty, averaging an impressive 23 points plus rebounds. While the Liberty's defense ranks 8th against her position, her direct success against them is a strong indicator for her continued performance as well. So, 6 Janelle Salon over her 14.5 points plus rebounds. Also take Alyssa Thomas over her 23.5 points plus rebounds. So those are the 2 looks from Jackson today. Let's jump into these 2 games. So we start with the Liberty and the Valkyries. Libs will be in Golden State tonight. This line, it's about 6 right now at the time of this recording. Open 6.5. Open 6. It's moving up to 6.5, it looks like. So we got to talk about the injury report because the Valkyries, both of these teams are completely decimated. The New York Liberty have been hurt and losing. They could potentially get Nair Sabally back. She's on the injury report listed as questionable. She hasn't played in probably like a month now. Sabrina Ionescu is also on the injury report. She's missed the last couple games as well. She is back in the Bay. So if you speculate, maybe she plays because she's back in front of a home crowd. Last time she played at Golden State, I remember taking her points and she struggled to shoot the basketball. Could potentially happen again in this game, even though the Valkyries are a couple defenders as well. And then you got Xander Seeley. She's out. She's missed some time recently. Tiffany Hayes is already ruled out. And Monique Billings is back. So Monique, that's a big that they need desperately against this New York Liberty front line. So it's setting up to be a good matchup. We'll see if Sabally and Sabrina actually play. And we know the injuries on the Valkyries already. So the Liberty have won all 3 games so far this season, but the Valkyries actually covered the last 2. The first time they played was one of the Valkyries' first games. They got smoked in New York. They came back and covered as a 14.5 point favorite. Took the Liberty to the wire pretty much in that game. And then they covered as a 9.5 point home dog as well, lost that game by 3. So the Liberty, while they've been winning, they have not been trustworthy. And you start to look at the standings, Liberty are in the 5th spot. They're game and a half behind Phoenix, which Phoenix also plays tonight, aka the 4th position, which is the last home court position in the first round. So the Liberty desperately need to start stacking some wins especially to go into the playoffs. Stewie actually came out after the game and said it's, kind of unacceptable the way we've been playing. It's not, championship style basketball. And then because they are coming off a loss against the Phoenix Mercury. On the Valkyrie side of things, especially with the Seattle Storm losing last night to the Sparks, they're down 6 with 4 games to go. So the Valkyries just kind of comfortable at the crib, man. They've won a lot of their games at home. The 12-7 straight up, 13-5-1 against the number, 7-2-1 against the spread. More recent form as far as like just last 10 games, they've won 3 in a row, 3 straight covers as well, 3rd straight home game for them as well. Just won as a dog against the Indiana Fever. I don't really want to bet against them right now. I know the Liberty are the better team. Could the Liberty win this game by margin? I think that they absolutely can, but I don't really want to trust them on the road. I feel like they're not cohesive enough. There's not a lot of fluidity with the Liberty, in my opinion. And you can't trust them on the road most of the time. They're 3-15-1 against the spread on the road. They're 3-7 against the spread in their last 10 games. So for the full season, they haven't been covering on the road. Last 10 games, they haven't been covering. They've only covered 1 of their last 5 games. They do have 2 days of rest here, though. But they're just 1-5 against the spread since the All-Star break when they're playing on the road. So we'll see if they can put it together. As far as that rest spot, we talked about this yesterday. Since 2017, favorites with more rest before and after the game are 27-4 against the spread. That's a 77.4 hit rate. If you do like the Liberty to cover the number today, I think if I'm betting, I think I just like the under. We'll see if Sabrina plays. If she does, I expect the total to go up. But I gave you guys a strong trend towards the under yesterday, and I think 2 of the 3 games were under yesterday. It was active on all 3 games, and it's the same thing that's the same thing that's the same thing is active again today is what I'm trying to say. So 65% hit rate to the under. The game totals and all, when these 2 teams have played the 3 games, all 3 of them have gone under. They have been higher totals. They finished 159, 159, and 162. All went under the total of 160 plus in those games. I kind of feel like the Liberty are going to struggle to score the basketball. If anything I can count on with the Valkyries is that they're going to play hard and tough at the crib. That's just typically how they play. The Liberty also continue to be overrated offensively. They're 7-2-1 against to the under in their last 10 games as well. They played in a handful of unders, but we'll see if Sabrina plays. I'm not sure if she does. Just giving you guys my thought process. All right, next one up, and I do like the salon look in that game. Next one up, and I definitely did not do a good job of changing this graphic here. I thought I did. Guess I did not. This should say Fever. So Fever versus Mercury. This line is about 6. There's some 5.5s out there as well, though. So shop around. We'll put it at 6, and the total is 166. So let's jump into this matchup. So Chloe Bibby is out for the Indiana Fever, and then Kalani Brown is out for the Mercury. 2 players that I don't really think move the needle much at all. So we got to start with the injury update. With the playoff season. So Indiana is hanging on. They're in 7th place, tied with Seattle, barely hanging on right now. And then you got the Mercury on the other hand. They're in 4th. They're only a half a game above the Liberty, though. So they desperately need to win. They need the Liberty to lose. That would help them out a lot. But the Mercury are also a half a game behind the Aces and the Atlanta Dream for 2nd place and 3rd place. So they could move up, and they probably want to continue to move up. The Fever have not been great on the road. They're 9-12 against the spread on the road. They also been struggling recently. We know there's tons of injuries there. No Caitlin Clark, of course, in this game. Only 3-7 against the spread in their last 10 games. 3rd straight road game for them. Last game before they go back home and host Chicago. And then on the Mercury side of things, 12-8 against the spread at the crib. They've won 14 of their 20 home games. So they typically play well in where they got the X factor. They're 7-3 straight up, 5-4-1 against the spread in their last 10. 3rd straight home game. They have a 1-day rest advantage. And I really just don't want to bet against them right now. I think the Mercury are the right side in this game. I think that, kind of looking at this spread, I thought that when I saw it go down to 5.5, I couldn't really understand that. I haven't really been playing a lot of favorites recently, but I think that the Mercury, at home, rest advantage, they're kind of gelling right now. They've covered 11 of their 14 home games. So when they win at home, they've covered. They're 11-3 against the spread, and they're holding their opponents to about 73 points per game. They've seen they've held 6 of their last 7 opponents under their team total when they've been playing in Phoenix as well, and they win the game. So that's how I think the Fever's offense, of course, has been really good. They're playing pretty fast, but I think the Mercury are locked in pretty much on the defensive end as well. They're 7-3 to the under in their last 10 games, and they play 5 straight unders. The Mercury defense has actually come to play, and I think against this Fever defense, I think they can do it again. I think if I had to play, I would just take the Fever team total under. I think the Mercury, pace is slowed down a little bit, and I forgot to mention this in the last game as well. The Golden State Valkyries play at the slowest pace. Just to kind of, I'm not gonna go back now, but the Golden State Valkyries play at the slowest pace. And what's crazy is the New York Liberty, the fastest paced team in the WNBA. Let's see real quick. I had this pulled up. The fastest paced team in the WNBA are actually playing at the slowest pace. The Liberty are playing slower than the Valkyries in their last 5 games, only 88.9 possessions per game. But the Mercury, again, they've slowed it down. They're 10th in pace. Getting back to this game, they're 10th in pace in their last 5 games. They're also 3rd in opponent points per game, giving up to 76 points per game. 4th in defensive rating. Last 10 games, they're 3rd in defensive rating, 3rd in points allowed as well. So I think the Mercury are locked in defensively right now. We've seen their offense kind of sputter at times. They're only 8th offensively as far as offensive rating goes over their last 5 games. I think that they get the job done. If I'm playing the game, I'm laying the points. And I'm taking that team total under. So real quick recap, we'll see what happens with Sabrina Ionescu. I'm not probably going to play that game unless I know if Sabrina's ruled in or not. But I do think Phoenix gets a win. I think that they can win and cover. I haven't bet it. And I think Indiana struggles to score the basketball in this game against the Mercury team at the crib. So those are the looks. Best of luck on your action. Check the resources out. All pinned in the description if you guys want my official plays when I make them. That's also in the description of the video as well, man. On the way out, do me a favor. The likes been terrible, man. All this free information. It's so much free game I give y'all, but whatever. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on. Enjoy your Tuesday. And I'll catch you guys tomorrow. 2 games tomorrow as well. Catch you guys later. I'm out.